Jiggy.
Shit.
Let's talk about our lives.
Let's
Let's expose ourselves to these people that we kind of know. Let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun,
5,
gentlemen.
4, 3, 2.
Yep.
Hey, what's going on? It's Music in a Bottle podcast.
Boom, 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 boom,
boom.
Bow, bow, gunshot, air
Episode
horn, flames,
120.
claps, applauses.
We here.
Throwing panties on stage.
We here.
Wow.
It's lit.
Watch it go.
Come on, come on.
Ooh. Hey, what's going on,
what's
man?
up, man?
I'm here with my guys, man. We got Ranger Wayne in the building. Mark
Boom, boom,
Man, the
boom.
shooter.
Ranger.
Mark Man, he got some different hours or some shit.
My niggas. He said, whatever we doing for the first 30, this is what I'm here for.
Time. That's it. Got Cabernet J in the building. My name is
man.
Daryl, man. I'm out. I was probable for the day. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? But he made it, though.
Made it, bro. Made
what I'm
it.
saying?
For sure.
He tweaked his pinky. He
It
here
was a
now.
game time decision.
Turf toe in a basketball court. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Game time
Nuts.
decision.
Game time decision. We here, man.
Yeah.
Fantasy football coming off 2 losses. Ass out here. I had to talk to my guys. Josh, what the fuck is going on, man? You know what I mean? Am I starting too negative?
Nah,
No,
man.
you straight.
Get there. We always get the sports out the way. So
We making the playoffs anyway. But
Should I lost this week too, but I got that first round bye though. Still.
there you go. There you go.
9-5 on the season. It would have been nice to be 10-4, but you know, like a 10-win season would have been nice going into playoffs. But you know, I ain't tripping. I still got the bye. So
Yeah, man.
some brokies who won't even give me a bye. I got 11 wins this season. I can't even get a bye.
you got to play somebody in the first
I gotta
round.
play somebody in the first round. It's for the
Damn.
bread too. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Now come on now. Guys, you gotta believe.
I mean,
Right?
Yeah, we're fine.
I got faith in you, but like,
Yeah.
sure.
I mean,
Niggas got you. What kind of league is this?
you need a bye though. Like,
Yeah, I know.
niggas got to play to get to you.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, that's cool.
Crazy.
Mount Westmore. Crazy talk. What's going on, Ranger?
Man, can't call it, bro.
How's the week?
Working. I was that motherfucker. I'm trying to think about. I do this every time. So, I guess Wonderland. Is that where we going first? Nah, I ain't gonna go Wonderland first. Tin Can.
What you do on Wednesday?
Tin Can. I finally joined my guy Melly Mel at Tin Can for the beer pong tourneys. You know what I'm saying? So pulled up there. Shout out to my partner. You know what I'm saying? We got it in. She ain't really play beer pong like that, but it's all right. She sunk them joints when we need it, and I was in that bitch looking like Kobe. So,
Oh, yeah,
you know, it was
Wayne.
all good.
Yeah, Wayne was putting the team on his back.
Look,
So
man.
it's Kobe and Smush.
Look, man.
I mean,
Yo.
I wasn't gonna say nothing about the partner, but
Look, man.
whenever the partner took a shot, I already knew I was okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
y'all
I
played
will-
each other too?
Oh, yeah, we
played a couple.
we played a couple games. We played like a warm-up game.
Okay.
We played a game in the tourney. Then we played 3 games. We played 2
Yeah.
games in the tourney.
Yeah, so we played a warm up game. We lost the warm up game. Lost the first game we played them, and then we played them again.
And they beat us.
then we
And that was for that going to the finals. But no, man, it was a good time coming out there for the first time. Like I said, I don't really mess with Tin Can that much. I haven't been out there too many times, other than going with y'all, I think, to be honest, and like
Yeah.
the crawl. But it's straight when you know we can control the music. Drinks is cheap. It's a good vibe. They got games and shit. Beer pong is like my pastime. Niggas call baseball they shit. Beer pong is mine. You know, so it was fun. It was fun to play in a tourney, man, and knock some things over the heads. It's cool because that was like my first time there, so I'm cracking heads, boy.
Oh, yeah, Wayne was going off.
I was teeing up, but I know my capabilities.
He didn't have an easy game though. Like they all
bro.
went down to
Every
the wire.
game, I'm like
They all
fighting
went-
for my life, bro. Like
What was
last
your
cup.
celebration? Was it like, hoorah, there's a new sheriff in town?
No, I came through like Tiger when he do the when Tiger do the fist bump. That's me. Yeah. Actually, it's more like MJ's. When MJ did the jazz shot,
Yeah.
and he just hit the
Yes.
the Kobe boy. It's similar to that. Like I hit that joint and I'll just walk off. Like
I thought you was like the bowling dude.
nah. See, yeah,
Who do you
somebody-
think you are? I am.
Nah, man, it's a shot. It fall. I literally. That's it right there.
over.
I just walk off. I walk three tables down. Like yes, and come back, circle back around.
Who's next?
Yeah. That was more of my. But you know, all in all, came third place. at the tourney. I definitely know that with my skill set, I will win them bitches a lot. So I'm happy to know that, you know. We just ran into a couple situations that made it, you know, inevitable. Also, if I get a different partner, no offense to my partner, I definitely know that I could. But don't put me and Mel on the same team. If me and Mel on the same team, it's a bad day for anybody in there.
Shit, I don't got a partner tomorrow.
Look, come on, Mel. Come on, because I don't either. So what's up? If me and Mel is on the same team, it's a demise for anybody out there. Because Mel sinks the joints too.
Yeah.
It got vicious.
Yeah, he truly is Dwayne Wade with the
It got vicious out there.
early D Wade too. Like when he won with Shaq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really me and Mel shot for shot when we played each other for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because his partner, she'll shoot, I'd be like, I'm okay, probably.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I'm all right. Sometimes she's singing. And the same thing. Sometimes Shorty just pull one out, and I'd be like, okay, good stuff. But most of the time, it's me and Jay, like, Jesus. So, but shout out to Tin Can for that. Food ass. Y'all need to do better. But sliding over to
Hey, you going? Hey, now you know we talk pre-pod, but it's just funny because like when you really did walk into Tin Can being like, damn, I'm hungry as hell.
Bro, I was hungry, bro. I'm hungry, and the thing is, I'm a bar food kind of guy. Like I go to Z's, you know what I'm saying? Like I go to places with good bar food. So like I'm gonna test your bar food. Is it really fire, or are y'all just like putting shit in the microwave right now? Like what we doing? They should ask, bro. Like
barbecue sauce or hot sauce?
Okay, so I will say the ranch was liquidy, which I enjoy, so that's cool. Barbecue sauce wasn't too bad either. However,
what was that ranch? Sorry,
it was liquidy. Okay. You gotta have a loose ranch. You can't have a thick. You can't have motherfucking Hidden Valley. You got Hidden Valley on your fries. That's weird. Yeah. You gotta have like the Pepino's ranch, the one you shake it like this and it's like it's liquid. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Wait.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
No,
you get what I'm saying?
I mean, like, I get what you're saying, but I kind of prefer the thick boy.
You like the thick ranch?
I kind of like the thick boy.
I do, man.
I kind of like the thick boy.
That's nasty. You guys are both nasty.
I do, man.
When it comes to ranch and barbecue sauce, like it gotta be
like a thick.
Yeah, like I gotta be
thick barbecue sauce. I'm cool. Open Pit, the best barbecue sauce.
No.
Sweet baby.
Sweet baby.
Open Pit.
Open Pit is the best barbecue sauce.
Open Pit, you gotta doctor
Open
up.
Pit is the best barbecue sauce for burgers, fries, etc. If you're talking ribs, you gotta doctor it up. Yes, but
Open Pit
is the best base barbecue sauce. If you're talking a base barbecue sauce, as in like there is no preference. If you gotta go just across the board, everybody loves it. Open Pit.
I knew niggas. I knew you. Niggas.
Yeah, and then you really gotta do the combo. You do like
Open Pit need brown sugar. It need the whole fixings, dog.
It's for what you want to make it.
And I guess for me personally, it ruins the Open Pit experience.
Okay. But I like
that's fair.
the thing I say about Open Pit is it has a spice to it. And
you do. It's tangy.
And
you know I'm right. And you know I'm right. It is tangy.
It is. But I prefer that over Sweet Babies because Sweet Babies is really sweet. I don't like really sweet barbecue sauce. Yeah, I like my barbecue sauce a little more on the harsher side, sour side, you know. So
that's fair. Sweet Babies is thick as hell. That's a whole set. You scoop one of them. Hey, Sweet Baby Ray's. You eating barbecue sauce with a side of French fries.
Okay.
And that's how I like it.
But yeah, they just gotta step that up, man. I ain't gonna come up off that. Y'all gotta do better with that. Cause I get a chicken tender basket every bar. Cause if you make good chicken tenders, you probably make good everything else. I judge you off your chicken tenders. It's a very simple concept. Breaded chicken, nigga. Do it well.
It's all about preparation because y'all already try shit from Cisco.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just what you gonna do to it.
How you gonna prepare it?
How you make it different? You didn't? You just warmed it up? Well, you get a shitty rating from me. However, Tin Can got games, man. You can't be the place that got games just everywhere. Yeah. That's a vibe, man.
Jenga, Connect 4. You want to play darts?
Yeah. So, Tin Can's nice, man. I'll definitely be hitting those beer pong tourneys more often.
Sir, like I said, we're going to play tomorrow.
Yeah, we in there tomorrow, bro. Championship team. We're going to get this 50-piece real quick.
Did Jordan play 2 flu games in a row, or was it just one? Because then that determines if I need to go tomorrow.
Slide.
How did that work out with Jordan?
I think Jordan just played one flu game, I'm pretty sure.
Cool.
You know? And I'm pretty sure it wasn't even a flu. I think he just had bad pizza. But anyway, so but on top of that, Wonderland, man. Winter Wonderland, man. My friends and I, we went to a party hosted by some good people out in Grand Rapids, man, and we had a jolly good time. You know, shout out to Winter Wonderland. A lot of people we knew.
Shout out to Don for showing up already ready.
Dog, why Don hop in the car lit? No, me and Daryl in the car. First of all, I hop in the car. Daryl's listening to old Michael Jackson. Like, I think he was in a vibe. What was it? Was that Michael? Yeah, it was Michael.
I was cruising.
No,
yeah.
my man's was in a vibe.
I don't know why.
I'm hopping in the
I
car.
ended up there.
You know, I'm used to hopping in the car. He got 5 playing or something. You know, just something different.
I had butterflies.
I hop in the car. Yeah, butterflies.
Wait, yeah.
And I started like Butterflies is top 5 like Michael songs for me. So like I hop in. I said, what's going on?
And it was like towards the end of the song
Yeah,
too. Like
so-
it wasn't like
yeah.
no strategic shit where I was like, hey, what's up, Wayne?
He been listening to this the whole time.
I drove my ass over there. I was vibing.
Bro, whole vibe. So we in the car, man. We talking about life, everything. It's a cool combo, man. We chilling. This nigga dog. We called Don because we see him pull into his parking garage.
He been like you know when your friends get loud,
Yeah,
but like
because you know it's not the usual tone.
Yeah.
So
you
you,
like
Yeah.
if I'm talking to you and I'm loud and you're like, yo, why is he so loud? Like, oh, I didn't know. He's
Yeah.
drunk
yeah,
already.
we knew it though. It was easy. As soon as we got on the phone, hello, where y'all niggas at? We like, all right.
Boy, Don been on
Yeah,
one these
look,
past
man,
couple weeks.
we got a story for Don every time, bro. Every time we got a story for Don.
But yeah, with that being said,
we get to Wonderland. Seen a lot of people kiss baby, shook hands, the whole nine. It was formal. I had on a corduroy fit and these Birkenstocks right here. He wasn't about to have me dressed up. I was very comfy though. Had a good time.
still was a fit.
Oh,
Yeah.
never knocked that. You know, your boy gonna dress, man. Appreciate you. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, man, it was cool. Ended up getting into VIP without paying for VIP. Shout out to the boy.
Gotta love it.
Plugged.
I'm going to keep the rest of my comments about there. Had a good night. Got intoxicated. Made it home okay. I bought checkers and didn't eat none, so you know I was fucked up. I'll tell you that right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I was
wouldn't-
that fucked up.
Coldest freestyles in my life at Checkers.
What? When you was in the car? I like that. You
To
got
get off.
Yeah,
To get off back in the
yeah,
day.
bro.
I
I
mean, you
bet.
still do, but you know.
Yeah,
Nah,
he
it
was
was
cooking. He was with Grease back then.
Oh my gosh, dog! Like,
Man.
I think a song came out after that about me. It's called Backseat Freestyle. by
Okay,
Jamele.
all right. And then
Jamele,
so
how was your week?
yeah, facts.
Yeah, man. The Tin Can joint was dope. Like I said, that's my spot on Wednesday. So I'm glad I'm able to be back in the city and I'm able to still go. Like I said, yeah. Like I mean, I just feel like I'm back. Like it just took a couple of weeks. Like I said, I got first a couple of weeks ago, got second last week, but now it's like if I continue to go, I don't think I'm like people know me there. Like they already know my name on the wall.
Oh, really?
But now
They call you Sensei?
but now they know
Yeah.
me. Like niggas is scared when my partner make a cup because they know I'm hitting the same cup right after. So like they already know what the deal is when I get on the table. So like it feels good to be, you know, like
Good to be home.
yeah, feels good to be home.
Okay.
Poppy's home, you know. Feels good.
Siri play.
No, but that was super dope. Like I said, it's just a nice like midweek day kind of like pick me up. Like I said, a couple cheap drinks, like you spending less than $20, you know, depending on what you really drink in there. But a nice little evening. Like I said, shout out to sis-in-law. She actually just moved out this week, so it's a pleasure having you, sis. Look forward to seeing you for the holidays. But
About time, right?
hey, yes, sir.
Hey.
Nah, shout out to sis. Love you.
Things change when you don't got guests in your house, huh? Outfits
Man.
change, right? Lack
Yeah.
thereof.
Exactly.
Been
Exactly.
walking around with his nuts out.
Katie, where you at?
Shower, no towel. just
Exactly.
no robe.
Exactly.
I don't need a towel. I got the air.
You feel-
The hell?
Things change. Yep. But other than that, ended up throwing so shout out to Joe and Katie. They kind of like threw a surprise birthday party for our good friend Sam, Joe's wife. Ended up doing a wine tasting for them. It was like a group of 20 or maybe 12, 13 of us. So ended up bringing like 5 different wines. Took them through some Modalis wines, just some more like fruit forward wines, some sweeter wines. So obviously, like I knew that everyone drinking there was coming from more of a sweeter palate. So again, kind of like similar to Thanksgiving, I had some stuff that curated to them, but also had some stuff that I just wanted to open their palates up to. So I had a good time Saturday at the party. Like I said, did the wine tasting, then we just kind of hung out and played games all night. So that was cool. Other than that, Sunday was super chill. Like I said, we're just knocking out things at work. As I told y'all off air, we had a couple like events that we got planned for the upcoming week or upcoming weekend, but had an event actually this past Saturday as well. Saturday morning, had like a yoga and wine event. So went through and grabbed some content for that. And I don't know, like it just felt good again, like just to have stuff to do. Like there's always stuff to do, but like when you can knock out some of that stuff, it just feels good to get it off of your checklist and just be like, yo, done with that. So that's what the week's been like pretty much for work. So, Daryl.
Lions won. Yeah. Lions won. They came through, did their thing. Shout out to them boys. And if we go 3-1, we got good chances of being in the playoffs. So, yeah, I don't really bet.
I'm going to the game in 2 weeks.
You are?
Sir.
I was about 20 minutes away from
getting Bears tickets?
Getting Vikings tickets.
Oh, the Vikings tickets.
Yeah, this weekend. Yeah. What else, man? Wonderland. So this is my interpretation of Wonderland. We went to an event. I went there.
All right. I was trying to spare it. All right. Where you going?
To the Wonderland.
Go ahead.
No, it was great.
Yeah.
Music and everything. And it's very difficult to navigate appetizers. It wasn't that there weren't enough appetizers. It's just difficult to navigate them after you've been a few drinks in. Because you start second-guessing yourself. Am I eating too much? Am I not eating enough?
It's fair.
Could I go get another drink? So what happens is you go get another drink and then wonder, like, all right, am I picking around what people's eating? It's always difficult. Now, this is what I would request for everyone to do before you go to an event like this. Get a meal. Eat a meal. 100%.
Facts. That was our fuck up.
It was our mess up. They had heavy appetizers. We did not access those heavy appetizers. Would you agree?
What I will say is it did say hors d'oeuvres.
Heavy
hors d'oeuvres.
Heavy means something different to me. That means like
I can get full off these hors d'oeuvres.
That means like you're gonna give me half a pizza, not a full pizza.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I just,
crab cake was the heaviest thing I had.
And it's not their fault. It wasn't their fault.
It was
I misinterpreted
amazing.
What the food situation would look like.
Yeah.
Was this at a venue or you said a house?
It was at Embassy. Your stomping grounds.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Your hood.
It wasn't in that room.
Oh.
It was in that room.
Interesting.
Somebody in that back room.
Yeah.
Name that album.
Somebody in that room.
When I thought about Jamele walking around the house, I'm feeling your body. Oh my gosh,
Facts.
man. Outside of that, man, my week, we good, man. Like, teams performing well. December is going to be our largest month of the year, which I cannot complain.
Talk to these niggas.
Good time for Christmas and trips and figuring shit out. Everything else, man, like, we had to readjust. So setting goals for next year is always really tough because you don't know how big you're thinking, and then you could always feel like you could think bigger. So how do you how do you really know what your goal should be?
Yeah.
It's about giving yourself the freedom to like readjust your goal halfway through the year in June, right?
You got to.
Yeah. So figuring that piece out with the team, and I feel like from a marketing perspective, we're doing really well. I think that from a sales perspective, we really got to step our shit up. So bringing on some more agents, figuring out some stuff, might be making a move downtown. So yeah.
You see that review come through?
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Marcus said something today. He's like, hey, I think
Every time he gives me a voice, man.
I think Jamele just gave us a review. I was like, oh, for real on Google? He's like, I thought he already did. No, on Facebook, actually. And I was like, oh, all right, bet. In the middle of our marketing meeting.
I did the Facebook first, but I'm going to hit the Google, and I'm going to hit all the other sites. I know you got, like, the profile on – I saw your profile on Zillow, and obviously I know there's a Google. Is there anything else I should be hitting? Just Google.
Everybody give a 5-star review.
Okay. Google.
We got to get to 1,000.
Got it.
1,000 will put us at number one. We're at about 59 right now, which puts us – we still get highest rated.
Got it.
Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much. Second piece is in terms of wine, they had a ton. Like, I just left a Christmas party where they had a slew of wines there. White Bordeaux, red Bordeaux. They had a whole thing. So I'm looking at the labels, and like, unfortunately, I just could not partake tonight. Like, I could not. I really wanted to. I wouldn't even get a tequila. Like, and he had it there. But
and it'd be like that.
I didn't even hit the appetizer.
You didn't hit the appies?
I didn't even hit the apps. And they had like the what's some Johnson Shire, Johnson Shire. You know, the Polish sausages that you. Yeah, they had them like, but they doctored them up and shit like that.
Yeah, nah. So if y'all need like a Matthews group like party goer, you know what I'm saying? Like, call me in.
Ambassador.
Yeah, if you need an ambassador for the Matthews group.
Hi,
like,
my name's Wayne.
Yeah, they call me Ranger. Nice to meet you all.
It's kind of like an in between role.
Yeah,
you know.
So,
but who are you? What do you do?
Yeah,
hey,
what are you here for?
I done got this whole script down, my nigga.
What do you do? Yeah. So what do you here? Oh, that's who you work for? Oh, cute. Yeah. What were your numbers this year? Oh,
really?
Oh,
how about that shit?
That's great.
That's crazy. I love houses.
Call me. You know what I'm saying? Call me
I'm
in,
telling
man.
you, dog.
Call me in.
Yeah, for sure, man. Really talking about the events piece. Yeah, we got to step it up this year. We got 4 events we want to run every quarter this year. So looking forward to it. One of those has to be a wine tasting. You know that Total Wine does free wine tastings?
I did not know that. What do you mean by free? Like at the place?
What do you mean by that? Yeah, they do free wine tastings.
Know that.
Yep.
Leon and Son just brought theirs back too. I think they do them every Friday.
Oh, that's straight. That's a good little event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got good wine there too, so I'd love to go to one of them. But
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Well, we talked about the wines. We talked about things there. We got SZA this week.
Yeah. I mean, we got a couple artists that dropped that we kind of rock to or have been waiting for projects on.
Yeah.
So we got music, and I think that's really it.
Got a guest? Got a guest?
Yeah, we had a guest.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Chris joining us on episode 120 this week.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. And yeah, we'll touch base on the wines in that segment, and then we'll let you know how we feeling at the end of the pod. But let's get to this music.
Let's do it.
Let go. What up, y'all? This is episode 120 of Music in the Bottle podcast. We have another special guest joining us today. Roots Fund scholar, Champagne master level student, currently a sales consultant in the ATL. My guy here has over 10 years of experience within the industry, and he also has an extensive taste in music. He doesn't go by the name of the Hip Hop Somm on Instagram for nothing. But let's welcome my friend, the Hip Hop Somm, Chris McLloyd, to Music in the Bottle podcast. My guy, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, boss.
Hey, man.
Thank you.
Listen, that was a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much.
Oh, man.
I never got introduced like that, so I appreciate it.
Come on, man. I had to do something for the Hip Hop Somm when he hopped on.
I appreciate it.
MITB.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Man.
I love your podcast, and I appreciate you guys for reaching out.
Oh, yeah, of course, man. Like I said, we just kind of talked off air about it. But like I said, during those COVID days, like I said, I think I told the story maybe to you, but definitely with Dap, like I just shot a DM like, yo, like I love this live that you did. And then from him, I just kind of like got tapped into everybody, whether it was you, Chris Anthony, I think, who was the Champagne guy. I could be wrong on the first name, but just in general, like Shakira Jones, like everybody, I was able to just kind of get tapped in with everybody. And then obviously this past year, getting the chance to meet y'all in person was super dope. But man, before we get going, what's in the glass right now? What you got in the glass?
Honestly, I had to stay true to the name, like because I'm studying Champagne right now. I'm drinking Marie Corton Resonance. So Marie Corton is an estate in the Aube, so the southmost Champagne region.
Okay.
And female winemaker Dominique Moreau, she named the estate after her grandmother. So she just started in 2005. It's pretty new,
okay.
But she's farming pretty old times. But it's 100% Pinot Noir Champagne.
Love it. Love it. Love it. We actually, like I said, I had to shoot over your grape preferences, so we kind of ended up rocking with some of your favorite grapes at the moment. I'll go with what I got. I'm rocking with some Loire Valley, some Vouvray here. So I got some Chenin.
There we go.
Got it.
There we go.
Jardin en Fleurs. Pretty cheap bottle too. It's tasting really good. Definitely has some residual sugar, I can tell. But it was only like $15, so a nice affordable screw cap bottle too. But that's what I'm rocking with on this episode. So I got a 100% 2020 Vouvray.
I got the 2021 Cat Franc from Field Recordings out of Paso.
Okay.
Yeah. Something nice, something light.
Then I got Wayne here. He has the Lubanzi.
The Lubanzi Chenin Blanc. 2021
Ooh, South
vintage.
Africa, right?
South
Africa,
Africa, baby.
Yeah, it's fire. First couple sips really good, and they're a B Corp, which is super dope. If you don't know what a B Corp is, they definitely look out for the environment. They try to stay super sustainable, which is cool. It's dope to see within the wine room. So that's tight.
Love it. Love it.
Great selection, fellas.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. Of course. So we introduced some of your experiences in the industry. Can you take us back to the beginning? How did this all get started? You know, what was your vision? And yeah, let's start there.
Yeah, I feel like, so I'm a restaurant guy at heart. But, you know, my whole dream after high school was to be a music executive. I was actually just on track. I thought I was going to be the next Diddy, Steve Stout, all these guys, you know what I mean, that we love. I love Steve Stout, man. Like, Stout is a very good person I look up to in regards to just like music exec and like staying ahead. But yeah, I was on track, like on that track. I went to college at JCSU in Charlotte, North Carolina, so HBCU, John C. Smith. And yeah, my major was music business. So I'm taking all of these classes, still just like not fully connecting. I was managing a couple artists as well while I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then working at night at a restaurant called Fahrenheit. So it was Charlotte's first rooftop restaurant, so it's like such a big deal in the city. Charlotte's like 10 years behind Atlanta, so it was kind of cool to kind of see Charlotte come up and be a part of that. But how I really got into wine is working there. You know, we had all these athletes and all these businessmen would come in and order a really nice bottle of wine, and I just didn't get the connection of, you know, why are they ordering these wines? Like, I also worked at Red Lobster, like in growing up as well. So it was like, Kendall Jackson is just as good as any other thing. You know, that's what I was thinking at this particular time, not knowing. But I just started asking the servers, like, what were their tricks? Like, why were they into wine? And I just started going down the rabbit hole, you know?
Yeah.
And that was fantastic. After college, I decided to kind of move to Atlanta. I had some family here, and I wanted a new start. I didn't connect with Charlotte as much anymore. The music, what I was doing with some of the artists with the music, it just wasn't working out. And I thought I needed more resources. And you know, Atlanta means a lot to me. I live here now. I'm originally from Florence, South Carolina, but I like to say we're Southern cousins, you know what I mean? But Atlanta means a lot. We used to come, ever since I was 21, I would come to Atlanta. We would come to, if you guys are I know you guys are familiar with Travis Porter, but
yeah.
We would come to a lot of these parties that Travis Porter would perform at, and like Club Crucial and things like that, like, and just for fun. And I just connected. I'd never seen a city that was powered by Black people. Black people owned things. Black people had the money. Like, it was something magical about Atlanta. And this is like 10, 15 years ago. And I recognized that. And I remember saying to myself, I'm going to live here, you know, at some point in my life. So I've been in Atlanta for 6 years. When I originally moved, I came down with the mindset of, hey, you know, I'm going to be serious about being a sommelier. And I just stayed on that track and worked at a couple of nice restaurants here, built up my knowledge and started taking tests. And, you know, now I think I'm at a good space, a good point in regards to my career where I'm able to still learn and have so many opportunities coming to me right now.
Love it.
That's what's up.
Love it. And you touch on like the opportunities. So I guess it's only right that we jump into just kind of like the Roots Fund and like the work that they do. Obviously, we got the chance to finally connect in person at their first annual auction gala in NYC, which was, again, just a super vibe, just to see so many people of color pouring wine or just working that event or just in the room, which we'll touch on it later too, just like what the diversity in wine looks like. But I guess let's just touch on like your experience or like what it means to just kind of be a part of like an organization that really hits the ground running and kind of does that work. And then we just kind of catch the oop, you know, like how does it feel to be a part of that?
Roots Fund is amazing. Every time I talk about it, I just smile from ear to ear, man. It's, I think it's catapulted me to see myself in a different light, you know what I mean, with more value. How I got introduced to the Roots Fund is from my friends Aaron and Jamele. Jamele was working directly under Ikemi for a while.
Shout out to Wines for the Culture.
Yeah, Wines for the Culture, which we'll touch on because we got something coming up. But Jamele was really the one. I kept asking her questions. She's like, "You should just join. I feel like you'll be great. Just do it." So I applied, and I applied for a master's of Champagne for Wine Scholars Guild. And my experiences so far has been so fantastic. It's been great to connect with like minds, because even in Atlanta, initially I felt alone. You know what I mean? I didn't know where to seek other professionals, other Black professionals, other people of color, really other people of color that were into wine and as geeky about it as me. So I did feel isolated slightly, but the Roots Fund puts us all in one group, you know, the same. We share some of the same kind of stories, and I love that. I love connecting. Even if some of these people, some of the scholars, I've only seen them just when we do trips, but just seeing them on Instagram, seeing them via social media, I'm just so happy for them with what they're doing. So it's been great. It's been community for me, and community is big for what we're trying to build. So thank you, Roots Fund. Thank you, Ikemi. Me and Ikemi hit it off like off the rip, and I know that's very hard because Ikemi's like, you know, she's special. Like, she's a special person, man, and she's kind of a hard wall to crack, you know. But
yeah, she's a tough
her heart
cookie.
is pure gold, man.
Yeah. And
pure
I mean,
gold.
We got the chance to experience that firsthand. I mean, she literally, like, I've been trying to get her on the pod, and we've talked about it for, weeks on end, and then finally, like, it was like, hey, like, I can come this weekend. And I'm like, really? Like, you about to come to Grand Rapids? Like, are you sure? Like, I know you're busy. Like, you don't, like, we can just do a phone call. I would love for it to be in person, but we can do a phone call, like, if you're busy. And she made the trip here, and just, like I said, it's just been 100% love from her. But even, like, my first experience with her, like, I didn't know the magnitude of what that woman, like, was and what she meant to me, what she meant to you, and just everyone that is a scholar in that organization. And I didn't realize, like, she came to Napa, met with the Harvest scholars. It was myself, Lena, and Candace at the time, and just the other scholars that were in Napa. And like I said, I still didn't get it at that point. And then, like I said, when I got the call to go to LA to work the La Palais event at Wade's house, it was just like, yo, she really remembers, she really cares, she really has, like, this passion to see us all succeed. And that's, like, when I was like, yo, this woman is the real deal. So
that's tight, man. Yeah, she's the best, for real.
Super dope. Like I said, thank you, Ikemi. Thank you to the Roots Fund. Like I said, I'm happy to, like I said, share this story of yours. Obviously, we've had some other scholars on the show, and look forward to having more on the show. But yes, the Roots Fund is really doing the work. Like I said, it's happy to see us, like, root for each other from afar, but then even when we're in person, like, that same connection is, like, 100% still, and it's just nice to see it go in person too. So
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Of course, and very thankful. In terms of that, we touching on other folks in the industry. I feel like I would love to hear from your time. The industry has changed a bit. It sounds like. What's different from when you first started in the industry to now?
I mean, for me, it's a really great question.
We be asking them, you know what I mean? Because we be working. You know?
Yeah.
No, I'm just messing.
That's a really great question. I mean, I feel like it's definitely more opportunity now. You know, I feel like that's changed. I don't feel like it's just given like that. You know, you have to put the work in. Like, I have to put myself in uncomfortable situations to be seen, you know what I mean, to get to where I need to go. Like, I have to make myself uncomfortable because me personally, I'm just naturally, like, I can stay to myself. But in order for me to do things that I want to do, and it's not even for me, it's just for the people that are coming behind me. Like,
amen.
That's really what it's about. It's
right.
like,
amen.
I'm just a vessel, bro. Like, I'm really just a vessel for what's coming behind. So what's changed is there's been so many people that's been generous to me. Like, I have 3 mentors that without them, I don't think I would be where I'm at in a position to, you know, to uplift the next. So I have my man, I really have to dig them up real quick. So
for sure.
It's Tim Willard from European Sellers. This guy is amazing. He works for European Sellers, the importer, Eric Solomon, and he's just been so generous with his resources, with his time, and just kind of teaching me about wine and introducing me to people in the city. And then when I was serving, you know, I felt like I didn't know any other Black wine professional in Atlanta, which is crazy. Until I went to Vinoteca and I met Jason. And when I met Janine and I talked to Janine, I was like, okay, I can do this, because she embodies everything classical trained Somm, knows her shit, but loves natural wine, but is herself. Like, you're going to see her with some J's on, a T, and just like, before I saw her, like, I really didn't, other than watching YouTube, I didn't see it up front, up close and personal, you know? So yeah, really those 2 have been just everything. And also Sarah Pierre. Sarah Pierre from 3 Parks is just someone that I just look up to, man. And she was in an area in Atlanta. She built her shop in an area in Atlanta that was, you know, going through gentrification. It didn't look great. And she's been there for 9 to 10 years, I believe. And just to kind of have that foresight to build something in a neighborhood that's up and coming, you know, and how everybody resonates to her. She has like one of the best wine clubs, and just like her clients that come in the door when I'm doing tastings there it's phenomenal. So I had to big up those 3 people, but that's what's changed. I was able to get more mentorship just from just people who wanted to see me do great things and were willing to give up the information as well.
No, that's super dope. And I mean, like, we all touch on it too. Like, I feel like we all have mentors in our own field. Obviously, I'm kind of in the same field, in the same industry. I've gotten the chance to connect with super dope people, like whether it's a true mentor, shout out to Jermaine Stone, whether it's, I always got to shout out G-Dub, shout out George Walker.
Right. Shout out Jermaine, shout out George.
Wasn't really like a true mentor, but like when I moved to Napa, like that was my resource. Like that was the one who like really put me on to events, or like, yo, like you need to meet this person. Yo, you need to meet that person. So just having those people like in our lives and just knowing that we can reach out to them and know that they're there for us, it's really nice to know. And again, like coming from a space where I was working in hospitality, like in a hotel, like I felt like I never had that resource. So I never had anybody. So I was doing a lot of shit on my own. But now I get into this new industry, or, you know, like you're in real estate and you go to these classes and you have these coaches, or, you know, like you guys have these people around you. Like we all have these people that really want to see us all succeed, and it just ends up being like a team effort, and we all reaching for the same goal. So it's just super dope to see, 100%.
I love it. It's facts. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. Well, I mean, this is music in a bottle.
This is music in the bottle.
This is music in the bottle, Wayne.
This is music in the bottle.
So we got to know what's been in your rotation, man.
We there?
We here.
Okay.
No. We can't set it up like that. Like, what's been in y'all rotation? Let's
No,
talk
man.
music. I've been
No, we
waiting
not.
for this.
Oh yeah, this is guest first.
Yeah, man. Hold on, man. Yeah, hold on. Now we here now. I didn't know where we was going. I thought they had a couple more wine questions and shit. I was just trying to chill, let them let them ISO individually, play two ball. Oh man, we gotta get to it, man. What you been listening to, man? Old and new. Where you at?
I really want to talk about the music. Yo, I have a story. Like, I think after the Roots Fun Gala, I text Jamele. I was like, yo, we got to talk about this Kendrick album. Like, because I wanted to have, I really didn't have like an in-depth conversation on the Kendrick album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, this album is just so compact. And I know a lot of people wasn't connecting with it at first because it is a lot. You know what I mean? It is a lot, but it's a fucking, it's a baby Burgundy. You got to give it honestly, you got to give it 5-10 years. Just like let it breathe and really dissect that shit. Like let it open up. So
I'm actually not gonna lie to you. I think I said something similar when the album came out. I was like, I was like, yo, like this is like a red wine. I didn't mention Burgundy in specific, but I was like, yo, like this is a young wine right now. You got to let that shit breathe a little bit. Yeah. It'll open up in a couple years and you'll really start hearing some of the messages. Like, obviously, us as hip-hop folks or heads, like, we get some of the messages now, but it's just going to continue to evolve, like, in that bottle, essentially. And, like, as we keep playing it, like, it is going to be one that opens up. And we're going to be like, yo, he said that, like, 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
On that album.
100%. I mean, it's very similar to Pimp a Butterfly, where I feel like that album is another Kendrick album that was the same way. I think when it first came out, you had the hip hop heads or the mentally capable that could actually digest it, and everybody else was like, yo, this is trash. And then you step like 2 years off of Pimp a Butterfly and everybody's like, this is arguably one of the best Kendrick albums ever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it's the same concept with this one too. It's gonna be the same thing. It's definitely a couple that are just like hits off rip. Like, there's a couple that are definitely just fire songs to bop to and are good Kendrick, have good Kendrick verses, good content. But I think a lot of the albums, at least the story of the album, is something that will take a little bit of time to like really seep in as it gets played.
Yeah, like, and it's definitely like a personal album. So like when we kind of get into those personal albums, it's like, yo, like is people really gonna vibe with them, or people really gonna understand like how like how true the meaning is, or is it gonna take some time to develop?
Yeah. I was gonna ask you that's how you felt about Kodak being sprinkled throughout the album, and what do you think the meaning of Kodak being sprinkled throughout the album means?
Yeah, is a question asked in relation to the charges?
Just a question, like what's the importance of Kodak?
Okay, all right. Sorry, I didn't know. You never know when it's a tuss. You know what I mean? But Kodak, I think, is a fountain of youth, like going throughout that. And also it's Kendrick being in touch with, like, yo, it's young kings out here, and it's okay to reach down. For me personally, that's what I thought. I see Kodak, and it's very difficult. So, like, I'm 90s baby, so it's like, yo, I understand what's going on with Kodak. I understand, and I can hear their music, and I can understand why kids like them. At the same time, there's some rappers that I get it now, and like my pops was like, "Yo, I ain't really rocking with Lil Wayne," like because he had his people before that era, and they sound so much different. And Kodak's not that much different, but I do feel like they're a sprinkle of some other artists. What I'm trying to say is, Kendrick having Kodak on the album is as monumental as any, like, I mean, if Biggie would have brought, like, I guess he did bring Jay-Z on his album, right? Or when, don't look at me like that, Wayne, but like, yeah.
I just looked up, bro.
But like, it is like, it's almost, it's a big deal, man. It's almost like, I don't know, for Kodak it's a big deal, but also for Kendrick it's a big deal too, because that encourages Kodak's generation to show love to Kendrick too.
Yeah.
That was 100%. A long-winded answer, excuse me.
No, but you got there.
Yeah.
You got there, though.
I really see it as like a play on, like, I see it as like a life cycle, as more so as anything. Like that's how I look at like the Kendrick playing Kodak into it so much. It's kind of like, even if you look at Good Kid, Mad City and the concept of Good Kid, Mad City, his play on just like the youth being a youth and having to mature with the trials and tribulations of life. I feel like that kind of goes into the parts of Kendrick that he sprinkled in here. Even some of, or Kodak, even some of what Kodak was even talking about in here. Yep. Definitely like refers to this like growth he has to experience and go through in order to reach like a certain level of like levitation or status within the industry. I just thought about it recently, even when 21 Savage and Kodak was having this little tussle, and like when they talked about it a little bit, when Kodak came out, he was like, yo, you busting so hard because you just was able to run from the go. You ain't have to fight these charges. I was in jail for a couple years. Right. I was dealing with court cases. It was so much I had to go through to get to this point, and I'm still that guy. And I think that theoretically, putting Kodak in his music is kind of like that sediment of that life cycle of like, yo, as I mature and as I age, there are like young kings going through it that are in this rap game that have to. I had to kind of go through it on my own, or, you know, from TD, whoever I had to kind of help me get through that, or I made that lane myself, but, like, we got to kind of get them out of it. And I think this was kind of one of those situations where he was able to put some influence into Kodak, give him a spot to kind of get his shit off a little bit. But, kind of complete that life cycle a little bit.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, and that's definitely 100%. I mean, I think we talked about it when the album came out, too. We talked about the influence of Kodak, but we also talked about how, like, obviously Kendrick did have him sprinkled into the album. He's on, like, full tracks. He's got, you know, just snippets on there. But it's also just somebody that I think, you know, like, that our kings or, like, our top four, you know, really respect. Like, obviously J. Cole shouted him out on a couple tracks or on the track with 21, I think, or whatever. But just it's just somebody that I think the GOATs that we look up to or that we listen to, like, really do see that young king and like, yo, he actually know what he's talking about. He actually can rap. He actually has, you know, some fire behind like what he's speaking. So, I think it's almost like a real recognized real type situation too, where like the old heads notice. I'm not saying J. Cole or Kendrick are super old, but like, you know, the old head is noticing the young dudes.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. What do you think, Chris?
I love that. I love that you got that Kodak represents the youth. I like that perspective. I mean, I also think it's a play on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, right? It's a play on the morale part. It's a play on, like, Kodak is like sprinkled in poems and shit, like in skits. Like, it's not just a verse. It's like he's all over the album, and I don't know if people are realizing, like, yo, he's talking about, hey, you guys are judging this black man, but he's the same as me. He has a line. Kendrick has a line. They like it when I'm pro-black, but I'm more Kodak black. Like, Kendrick really liked that. Like, and what he's trying to see is he's trying to tell you guys this duality to people. In my opinion, he's a Gemini. He talks about, even in the tribute to Nipsey, like that video, it's just all this Gemini, like, kind of duality, kind of like, you know, I'm these people. I have the same thoughts, like, in that particular instance. But even to have, like, even Baby Keem, like, on Savior, which I think is, like, to me, Baby Keem is just, he's out of here.
Yeah, he's that one. He's that one.
Like, so yes, he's representing the youth, but he's also showing it, like, it's not there. These people are not too far from who I am. Yeah. And when you see them, you see me as well. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, Baby Keem, I feel like he represents. I don't need the years and years of, like, practice and work to become great early. Like, he is a rookie quarterback that just took his team to the playoffs. You know what I mean? That's how I felt with Baby Keem. Yeah. Like, he knows it. Maybe that's his mentorship. Maybe that's just his work ethic. But
shoot, bro, if you're a rookie quarterback and you practicing under Tom Brady, you're gonna be straight. I hope so.
100%. Take advantage. That's Magic Johnson right there.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but I do agree. I do think, as far as Keem, that boy different.
Yeah.
He ain't really got. He don't have a bad project. He barely got a bad song. I don't think he has a bad song, you know, like.
It's his style, his pockets he fit in, bro. Like, it's just a little bit different than what you usually see from an artist so early on. Yeah,
that's super dope.
Definitely rock.
So is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers album of the year for you? Is that the album of the year then?
It's up there. I don't know if I have album of the year yet. It's up there though. It's definitely top 5.
We got 2 weeks left.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks. What else is dropping?
I still don't got album of the year yet, bro. Like, I need to figure it out.
All right, give me top 3. Give me top 3, man.
I really vibe with the Freddie Gibbs album. And, like, it's not Alfredo. Don't get me wrong. It's not Alfredo.
Yeah,
Alfredo is
that's
like
an album right
so
there.
different.
Yeah.
But this album is very consistent, and I love people who try to do something different. And what he did different on So Separately is work with different producers to make a cohesive project. And I feel like he did that. You know what I mean? I really do. I feel like he did that.
I vibe with that.
I like the Freddie Gibbs. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Go for it.
No, the Freddie Gibbs. And then, I don't know about album of the year, but I got to throw in my boy Babyface Ray in there. Like, that's what I'm like.
Okay.
I'm just bumping all day. Yo, Babyface Ray is like fire.
No,
fire, man.
We haven't talked about him much, but on his last few drops, we have like noticed again, like you talk about the work ethic, or you talk about some artists, like some younger artists that are really coming with the heat or the fire, and he has been one that we've talked about. I guess Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy with Dirt. That just goes off. And then I got to throw in Jeezy. Ooh. Snowfall.
Yeah, Jeezy's
always like the premise.
That was a great album.
Snowfall was
a great album. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Snowfall was
I got to go back to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tight. I want to premise like, I do want to say this. So I always get, you're the hip hop song, which, I thought it was a clever name. I love hip hop, the culture, not only just the music, because I listen to different types of music as well. But, I feel like a lot of times it's always when people refer to wine and hip hop, they're always referring to up north hip hop. And that grinds my gears, bro, because I'm really from the South, and it's like, you cannot sleep on the South and Southern rappers. And I mean, like, I'm growing up on UGK, 8-Ball MJG, Scarface. I'm throwing in Luda. I'm throwing in Tia. I'm throwing in Jeezy, Gucci. Like, all these people are influential. And to me, it has more influence right now. Like, the South just has more influence in hip-hop, just like how it is right now. And it's been like that since Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
It definitely is a slept on. Like, I mean, like, we obviously talk about some of the greats, but we don't. But it is kind of like it almost feels slept on. But then when you listen to, like, whether it's like obviously like the new school, whether it's like Lil Baby, whether it's like Migos, but then you go back and you think like, oh yeah, like there is Ludacris, there is T.I., there is Jeezy, there is Gucci, and like I don't know, like if that's because we are from up north, like
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know, but like it does. Like I mean, we don't talk about those rappers. Like it's either East Coast, New York, obviously drill in Chicago, or we're talking West Coast rappers. Like we're not really, or like to me personally, like I do feel like we don't talk about how influential the South is.
Yeah.
To an extent. And sometimes we do like touch on, like there's a lot of rappers coming from Atlanta or coming from down south, but it is kind of like this slept on thing because we are really just East and West Coast, and that's really all we know. It's not like down south or up north is what we know.
I know being from Detroit, we get a different perspective for sure because our tie to Atlanta is very heavy. So like for me, even coming up, it was like Jeezy was that guy. Like Jeezy was a Detroit like rapper for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we listen to Gucci heavy. It was like stuff like that where they got a lot of play, and that whole scene got heavy play and a lot of traction very early on for us. I think that might have been the time when that connection kind of happened, and that's due to BMF. But when that situation kind of occurred, that definitely tied in like to where we was like, all right, the South kind of got bars for real. Like you can't sleep on them boys. Like it's music down there. But then that has you go back to like, all right, let's check out Outkast for real. And, you know, let's dive into, you know, in like OG Outkast, you know. So it's like you start to look at like different stuff. I still don't feel like, you know, we as connected as we could be to it, but I do think as far as like the nation, the South is definitely slept on when it comes to like, I won't even say rap now, but I'll definitely talk like lyricism. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's niggas down there that can really, really rap, you know? And so, yeah, those facts. I like it.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I would love to see more love for Texas, the state of Texas, and rappers out of there for sure. Because, like, the Ghetto Boys, they don't really get on. Scarface is probably one of the coldest rappers ever. Like, yeah, you make a good point, Chris. I like that.
Yeah.
I'll take that take.
Yeah, Texas, super influential, man. I remember listening to Slim Thug, all the Rap-A-Lot rappers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really, all the Rap-A-Lot rappers, man. I would get these, it wasn't ESG. It is ESG. Like, all these rappers. It's so many, and they were, like, one of the first, like, independent kind of, all these Texas artists, they were just getting it independently and like showing you the way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I know you had P and Cash Money. Like P was selling tapes off the car, but then you had Rap-A-Lot. You know what I mean? You had Jay Prince. So it's just a whole nother ways. And I don't know. I'm so tied into Southern music, yo, like Southern hip hop, and I will always big it up. But you know, I understand where the greats are. You know what I mean? I listen to it all.
100%.
And some of that stuff just stays territorial. Like, I feel like even, like, Memphis right now, they got a lot of stuff coming out of there.
Yeah, Memphis on fire.
Exactly.
Memphis on fire. You got Key Glock, you got Yo, you got Moneybag. There's so many. Glorilla.
Yeah.
They got a lot, for sure.
Got them.
That's what's up. Who's your artist of the year?
Whoa. Whoa! Why would you do that to me?
I mean, we're all friends here.
Oh man!
I mean, it's the end of the year. It's December. Who's really stuck out to Chris this year?
Yeah,
it don't got to be like a true artist of the year. Like he not winning no MVP or nothing. But like I guess who is someone that you've been like, yo, he had a year or she had a year
for sure. Because if you don't say somebody right now, they're gonna give it to Macklemore.
I don't know. I feel like Future had his best year ever.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, it's an interesting take.
Future
best year ever.
Future had he had his best year ever.
Can you break that down for me?
Like I feel like he got the recognition from like globally more than ever. Not that he needed it, not that he needed that validation because he's already it, but. He, you know, there was a couple like mixtapes, couple albums that wasn't hitting as like, you know, some of the others.
Yeah.
And so just to come back and like kind of piece that formula together, and just like
he almost did it low key this year too. Like I mean, like he had a solid project, but like you kind of touch on like he didn't need the validation, but he really kind of stayed under the radar this year, but still kind of. I guess, like, I'm trying to see your point, but, like, he did, I mean, he had a solid year.
As far as solid, I'm about to say definitely a solid year. I mean, from his project to features, there wasn't really too much missing. I can understand the recognition piece of it. I think it is cemented that Future is a global star at this point. I believe so. And that could be off this year. And I think he got a lot of commercial looks. Like he got a lot of good commercial looks this year. So yeah, I can see why that would be up there in artists who had a great year. I'm not gonna say he had the best year, but it was a good one. I mean,
Chris,
bro, the year that Hendrix and Future dropped, that was the best year that Future could have.
I think you're wrong there.
Well, what do you say? You better not say what a time.
2015 was definitely better.
DS2,
Beast Mode.
Oh, DS2 did drop.
DS2, Beast Mode, and What a Time to Be Alive.
DS2, Beast Mode, and What a Time to Be Alive.
That was the same year?
That's really good.
2015.
Damn.
But yo, he's never had a bigger song than Wait For You.
I feel like Beast Mode came out the year before.
I just looked it up.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I wanted to speak up.
I was to make sure. I just felt like it did.
I had to look it up.
Yeah, because you knew I was coming. Yeah.
Come on now.
I was going to come with the
something
heat.
doesn't seem right here. No,
that's a high year. That is a high year. I'm going to still give it to Future Hendrix. I still think that year changed the trajectory of his career.
56 Nights was also that year too. 2015.
No, it wasn't.
I'm dead ass, yo. I'm dead ass.
So it
I'm
is.
dead ass.
Jesus Christ.
I'm dead ass, bro. Like I kid you
Bro,
not.
what?
Yeah, Beast Mode.
DS2, Beast Mode, 56 Nights,
and What a Time.
Oh my, and What a Time. In a year? Yeah, that's a run.
I almost
That's a run.
I almost gave it to 2017. So I understand. First, I'm not dismissing the 2022 because I Never Liked You is, I would probably say, from a sales standpoint, probably his most successful album in terms of money generating.
Up there, yeah.
If I'm Future, but 2017 almost got me because he released Future, Hendrix, and Super Slimy, and then I thought the Superfly album came out that year too, and I was about to say, that's a really good year, but that came out in 18. Super Slimy.
The Superfly album, everybody slept on it.
Oh yes, bro. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's Daryl's album.
Yeah, for sure. No Shame. Oh, well, Party Next Door is one of my favorite songs to this day. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a joint.
Slept on movie too. He should have won an Oscar for that one.
Tell
Trevor
you
Jackson. No, I'm joking.
No, I'm giving Artist of the Year too.
Who you got?
Who's that?
You know, I'm giving Artist of the Year too.
Oh boy.
You know,
Here we go.
Put my cape on every time, man. That boy Aubrey
Who
get
is it?
Artist of the Year, man. Aubrey get Artist of the Year easy.
But
Easy.
can you say that every year though?
Yeah, you can. It's like giving LeBron MVP every year. It's like you go. We really go keep not giving it to him when he deserves it sometimes, you know. So, but bro, Drake gave us 2 albums this year, man. And both of them was flames, and features was flames. Like he not gonna miss, man. He not gonna miss. It's just you tired of saying it. I get it. You don't want to say it no more. I understand. I get it. We're over it.
Give it to somebody else.
Yeah, I get it. But like my man's really dropped, bro. My man's dropped a dance album and that thing rocking. Still, to this day, to this day.
Who you got, Mel?
Artist of the Year, I would probably go with, I'm gonna probably say Keem, which Keem could have got it last year too, but I think the influence on the Kendrick album, I think really like kind of showed like whether it was like the production or him like hopping on tracks, like again like we just kind of talked about it, like he had a rookie year, like this is one of the best rookie performances we've noticed in some time, so I would still go Keem this year.
Keem is a good one.
Finding an excuse to, I mean, obviously those are all great picks. I would go Brent Fayaz because he did it independent. If I'm making an excuse, just say somebody different.
True.
Yeah.
Not mad at that.
That's not a bad take.
Yeah.
And
Who's
the album
that?
was solid. Brent.
Fayaz.
Oh yeah.
Wasteland.
Branson, man.
Yeah.
Branson, man.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Also had a Drake feature.
That was a weak song. I'm just saying.
He grew on me.
Waste your time. What is it called? Wasting time.
Wasting
grew on me.
time.
He grew on me for sure.
Yeah.
It just could have been.
That Drake verse is
Hard.
fire.
Hard. That Drake verse is tough. You could not like the production all you want with the old Neptune's joint. You know what I'm saying? But Drake let a bar out on that joint.
He did.
Who doesn't like that beat?
I know a few people who shoot shit on that beat early on.
That's crazy. It's like an old Neptune
I
beat.
said
It's like
that.
one of
That's
those
what I
like
said.
old Pharrell beats.
I agree. It's the Neptunes. But it was a little, I think to hear it in 2022, definitely, if you didn't admire that, or you thinking about it like hearing that over this Drake rap and this Fayaz singing, his whispering,
Yeah.
like it's not like the same. It don't hit the same as like, back in 04, 08.
I just feel like Drake doesn't give the same effort in features to other artists that he does Future.
You talking about Future get all the good stuff?
Future gets all the good
Well,
stuff.
like I mean, like seeing like Brent and Drake, it's like like we expecting some like
Heat.
this about to be the song of the year, and then for it to just kind of fall short to what we were expecting from two of the most toxic people in the industry, it just didn't really get that for me personally, which is why I was like, dang, like like you expect something like from two artists, and then it don't sound like what you're
what you put in your head.
But
You know what I'm saying? You got to go into the music with an open mind, man.
You do.
yeah, I mean,
It's a good point about the Neptunes beat. I understand it.
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Sure. Who you looking forward to dropping this year? Or in 2023, my bad, Chris.
Oh yeah, upcoming year, Travis.
Straight up?
Utopia.
Really
Straight
just
up.
Travis.
Utopia.
Yeah, Utopia gonna be one.
He been sounding in rare form on these features lately. So.
Bro, Travis Travis is like on Raindrops, bro.
Mm.
On that Metro album.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Metro
I don't
too. I think he sold 128K last week.
That's good.
Damn, that's good numbers.
Shout out to Metro.
Yeah, that's what's
I
up.
think it was the top selling hip hop album. I don't know what it fell like as far as like overall Billboard, but it had to be up there.
Wow. Shout out to Metro.
Have
That's,
you-
Yeah, facts.
that's crazy.
You guys have ran through that album so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked about it
What y'all
last
think
week.
of it?
We enjoyed
Okay.
it. Yeah. We
Yeah.
we thought it was a well put together project. We talked about some of the samples. Like I know, like we talked about like that intro track. I was telling Wayne and Daryl, I was like, yo, like I had no idea. Like I had heard about the boys, but I didn't know like what this like sample came from or what that came from. Obviously did my research. I was like, oh, the boys. And I was like, oh, like I've already been told to watch it, but now I really want to watch it because Metro just flipped this sample into that song. But yeah, like the production was crazy. Obviously the features, we talked about Future again. I mean, being in rare form, having a good featured list on there. But yeah, I mean, like we enjoyed it. Like we had nothing bad to say about it last week.
Great album. And yeah, I think he didn't even need like Jay-Z to jump on. Like other producers.
You doing shots?
I
throwing
just
shots?
think if he came back to Tyler the Creator that way, DJ Khaled didn't deserve to win. But yeah,
Is he the best?
is he the best?
This is a DJ Khaled slander.
Yeah, it's a bit of DJ Khaled slander. Which
How do y'all feel about Khaled? Did y'all like his album?
I haven't liked the DJ Khaled album since.
I like this one more than some of the other
Yeah,
ones.
true. It was the best worst one.
The best worst one.
It was the best worst. I think this one maybe had like 4 songs I actually enjoyed. That Future SZA album song on there is fire. I forgot the name of that joint, but that joint's fire.
Yeah.
Obviously we got the God Did verse, song. Let me not discredit any artist on there because those was all he.
Yeah. So y'all think? Hold on. Question is, Jay-Z had the best verse on that song?
I think Ross.
I think
had the
he
best
had
verse.
the most impactful verse. I won't say the
Impactful
best.
Yeah, but I think Ross's verse was actually.
I think
My favorite.
Wayne had the best verse on there, to be honest.
I think
I think Wayne had the best verse on there.
Yeah. I think Wayne definitely had the best verse on the album. But it's Jay, and if you give Jay 4 minutes to rap, it's impactful. We're not missing out on that.
You'll give Wayne 4 minutes to rap. He would do this thing.
I don't know why. I'll say this.
that's scary.
I don't know. And I think that's it. I think niggas is scared to give Wayne a 5-minute verse. He is
don't
going
want
to
to. They know
rip
better.
everybody to shreds
Yeah.
if you give him 5 minutes to bar up. Like, I hate how much I feel like Wayne gets his flowers, but it's almost like
No,
it's almost like
you don't get him like you're supposed to.
yeah. I think they
Yeah.
I think they credit it a different way. It's like, oh, thank you for influencing the new school, not thank you for being one of the greatest rappers on this
Right.
planet. Like,
Period. And he
yeah.
broke the barriers for like outside of Andre 3000 and them. I feel like once Wayne's generation started coming along, it was like, oh yeah, at this time Southern rappers don't have lyrics. Like Wayne
Right.
is bar for bar. He has to be
Yeah,
top 2, top 3.
yeah.
Has to be.
Yo,
Has
I've been
to be.
listening to Wayne since Squad Up mixtape. So
Oh, yeah,
like
you going
my
back.
history of Wayne is like it goes
Heavy.
deep.
That's
Even
great.
before then, like Block is Hot. Like
I like that.
he was
man.
our guy.
I like that. So
He was our guy.
give me best Wayne mixtape, best Wayne album.
Best
I'll let you go
Wayne
separate.
mix-
I'll let you do separate because it's tough to just give you one best piece. Best Wayne mixtape, best Wayne album.
Best Wayne album is Carter 2, hands down.
Yep,
I agree.
Best
I'm
Wayne
there.
I
mixtape
agree.
I'm there.
is Gangsta Grills. What is it?
Which one?
No, I mean it's Gangsta Grills or it's the Drought
3.
2.
It's
Three,
3.
drop
three,
It's- yeah, 3. I gotta help you. It's
Yo,
3.
it's so but he got so many though. He got
Yeah.
so many.
He do. I definitely would have to go. I agree. As far I think everyone can agree that
Yeah,
Carter 2 is one of the best albums
Bro.
in hip hop. Period.
Money
That-
on My Mind, Hustler Music.
Oh my god, Hustler Music
Best
dang near
Rapper
makes you
Alive.
cry.
Best
Best
Rapper
Rapper Alive is
Alive.
amazing.
The Mob.
Bro, the Mob Receipt is on there. There's so much on that, bro. That's
Yeah,
that's
that's
an
Uh,
album.
Robin Thicke on that
Yeah.
album too.
Yeah, Thick
Yeah,
is
Robin
yeah.
Thicke.
Robin Thicke, yeah, bro.
Shooter.
Shooter.
Yeah, Shooter's
That was
on
my
there.
shit, bro.
That
on
was
there.
a song.
Bro, that's an album, bro. Complete.
is.
I mean, if you really go to Carter's series as far as 3-piece albums, that's just fire in itself. Because the Carter 3 was still amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Drop 3 tape was different. That was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I might throw in No Ceilings in there too. Some good stuff.
I always fight on that. I fight on that hill every time,
That's
bro.
it. It's those two.
No Ceilings. It was like, because the Drop was like so monumental, and then No Ceilings was just like, damn, he really bodied everybody's song. Everybody's song on this.
Yeah.
And it's a toss up. I mean, like I still go like, I think I lean towards the Drought 3, just because when that was my first time really like, yo, like start to finish, yo, this is But then to see him do it again, with No Ceilings, like yo, like he didn't miss any beat, and he still hasn't missed a beat today, on anything. But like I was like, yo, both of these mixtapes just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Let's give Wayne his flowers. Let's pop some growers bubbles for Wayne. Like
Facts.
I don't know. Like Wayne needs more props, and just don't sleep on that man's lyricism, bro.
100%.
He's just witty. He's witty as fuck.
Witty.
100%.
He different.
100%. Well, Chris, man, we appreciate you hopping on the pod, but we gotta just kind of see what's up for Chris in the new year. What's up with Chris? What's next for you? And then touch on where people can find you on socials. We'll link it in the bio and obviously on the post that we do on social media. But what's next, first and foremost, in 2023 for Chris, or what's coming down the pipeline?
Yeah, so I guess for me down the pipeline, I'm just going to be doing more events as far as like more wine dinners.
Mm-hmm.
That's like really where where I want to see growth in my city in Atlanta is like the wine pairing scene. And there's so many really cool, amazing chefs out there that are getting some notoriety right now in the city. And I just want to, kind of pair with them and have their food at the forefront and, just make sure that the wine is there. Cause I'm not trying to talk bad on anybody's wines or anything like that, but a lot of times the wines are not.
We know our shit. Come on.
Yeah.
We know our shit now.
The wines are not matching up with the food, and the food is great, you know what I mean? But the wines are lacking. But definitely look out for that. Probably doing a wine dinner every month next year. So we'll see. And then also I'm partnered with the Wines for the Culture for our New Year's Eve dinner party that we're having, which is going to be fantastic in downtown Atlanta, actually in the west end of Atlanta, which is a very black neighborhood that I was very intentional seeking out a space where we can do it there and put some notoriety on that particular neighborhood. But yeah, we're throwing a 4-course dinner. And we're going to have, live music after, but it's going to be great vibes, just kind of bringing the New Year's with people that we love and care about, you know what I mean? So be on the lookout for that. And, I'm just always, I'm around. That's my thing. I'm around. You can find me on, my social is at the Hip Hop Somm on Instagram. Generally, that's where I'll post like all my music pics. And then my personal is at Big Wig. So I still run 2 pages, which we'll see how long this lasts, but it's been going good so far.
Hey, man, I'm running 3 right now.
You running 3?
I'm running 3.
Well, I don't feel as bad anymore.
I'm running 3. I mean, like, I kind of, like, neglect my personal page. Like, I really just kind of, like, run off the podcast page and my work page, which I'm the marketing manager for. So, like, I really have just 2 that I really, like, focus on. But obviously the personal page is where I want people to still, like, kind of see about my life too, but I'm like, let's just put that in the background and just focus on the pod and what I'm doing at work. But yeah, we got 3 pages right now.
No, I love it, man. I love it.
Well, Chris, man, much appreciated, bro. Like, genuine conversation is great to be had, and it's been a pleasure to be able to speak with you, man. Jamele spoke highly, and I knew, as soon as you got on, man, your energy and everything, bro. It's just super dope to be in a conversation with you, to say the least.
Hey, I appreciate that. And same to you all. Like, I've been seeing what you guys have been doing. It's been very empowering. And also to see, like, 3 black men just, like, take this on and do it properly. You know what I mean? Like,
Appreciate it.
with
Man.
taste, and it looks good, and the conversations are flowing, and it's not, the sound quality is there. So just keep doing what you guys are doing, and I look forward to working with y'all in 2023. I'm putting that in the air. You know what I mean?
Let's get it.
Love it, man.
Let's get it.
Let's do something.
Should we do for a trip to
Bring me to
Atlanta?
the D. I'll come to the D.
Okay.
I'll come to Michigan, wherever I got to
Shit,
come
from the D to the A. Let's go.
From the D to the A.
Let's
for
get
real.
it. Let's get it, man. Chris, man, I appreciate you.
bro.
We will see what happens in 2023. Let's get it.
Stephen A. Smith and Shannon to be on the same show.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be tight. I ain't gonna hold you. I think that would actually be dope.
Yeah.
Like the combos would be cool.
Yeah.
It also just kind of shows, like, I mean, obviously we listened to Skip and Stephen A. at first. Like, it almost just maybe seems like a pattern. Like, okay, like maybe this dude isn't really the right one.
Maybe Skip's the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he left. I mean, Skip left Stephen A.
Oh, he did?
Technically. Right?
I don't know.
I think
went
so.
to
I mean,
Fox.
yeah, I think he went to Fox. I know that for sure. But it could have been because of some. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know Stephen A. ain't had a host since Skip.
Yeah, that
For
nigga,
real.
He'd be having that. Well, he had Max, didn't he?
Yeah, Keller for a minute.
Max wasn't ready for them fights.
Nah,
Shit, he had
but I
Keller-
mess with Max though.
Yeah, Max
Max is
Kellerman.
straight.
Yeah, Max
He
was
was
a rapper.
on NBA Live 19 and 20.
Yeah.
I mess with Max, man.
Max for rap. For real, Max guy, he get documented. Rapper. And he boxed.
Are you serious?
Max Kellerman has rap songs.
That's crazy.
That's serious. You type it in YouTube, something comes
Eminem?
up. Yeah.
Who's-
Beastie Boys.
okay.
Yeah.
Who was my boy that had the Jay-Z, or not Jay-Z, but the Jeezy quotes? What's his name?
Drew Lock?
No.
Nah, he
It was Jay Billis.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
Jay
would,
Billis, yeah.
He would like tweet
Shout out to Jay Billis, man.
He would tweet a
That was
Jeezy
dope.
quote like every day or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
He was really getting off on them Jeezy quotes. That was lit. That was a lit time. That was
Yeah.
a lit time, man.
So, SZA.
SZA.
SOS.
SOS.
How y'all feel?
I love it.
I do too. I have no complaints.
I have no complaints. There wasn't a bad song that I heard. I loved her getting. There was a moment when I got to whatever that was, F2F or whatever the track was, and I was like, "Am I listening? Like, did the album end, or like, am I still on the same album?"
Yeah, what's going on?
And I was like, "Oh, this is." And it's not that the song was bad, but I just didn't expect it from the artist that we know as SZA.
Yeah.
But just to see her like kind of get into that pop bag that some of our favorite R&B artists are really getting into now. We talk about The Weeknd, we talk about Drake, we talk about all these artists, Beyonce, that are really diving into that like kind of pop or like kind of dancey or
Yeah.
type vibe. And yeah, I didn't have a single issue with the album. I don't know how long it was actually, but
Hour and 1 minute, I think, or something like that.
But I didn't have any issues with any, like, it just felt smooth from start to finish. So
I'll say I did enjoy Rap SZA. I think her rapping more on this album was actually a vibe.
Crazy. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to have an unpopular opinion here. I don't think this is like the best work of art from SZA.
you like Control better?
I think I do enjoy Control better. I mean, that could be
Control
as
has
of
some
right
good
now,
songs,
just
yeah.
because of obviously I haven't spun it enough.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll grow on me as I listen to it, but I think that there was a similar sound that I was hearing a lot, and I just thought they started to blend together as far as songs. They stopped being standouts.
Yeah.
It just felt like the same thing for a little bit. Then they got into the pop situation where I think it kind of picked back up for me a little bit more because it was a switch up of sound.
Yeah, really
Again, when
pop.
she rapped, it got mad poppy. But I don't know. I gotta keep spinning it. But I also think that, and I mean, it makes sense. Her last album came out 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But there is this oversaturation of music where I feel like I'm so used to now getting these shorter albums that when I get an album, it's not even that the album is this long because it's an hour long and there's been hour-long albums. But hour-long, 23 minutes is a lot of songs.
Yeah.
And for them all to sound a lot similar to me, first couple plays, it's the same thing as the Boogie album to me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, yo, I get it. Like, this is who you are, but like, we don't need this many of these. Like, you can just drop some Lucy's throughout the year or something with these. You don't have to give us all these in this album, because when you drop so many songs on the album, I feel like now you're starting to play with, like, it's the same thing we said about Drake and Scorpion, where you got like a 23 album track list, and it's like, yo, if you skimp this down to 12,
right.
We would have called this shit one of the greatest. Like, this would have been top album in your discography. You know what I'm saying? I think the same thing with this SZA one for right now. That's just my hot take.
Yeah, but it's got to be some type of label-esque, like album-esque. If you release an album longer than X amount of songs or this amount of minutes, then yeah.
There gotta be something to go with that.
It's an hour, 8 minutes, 23 songs.
Yeah. It's a long ass. That's a lot of songs.
It is, and like I did find myself like I listened to it fully, or like I went from start to finish a couple times. But you know, you start getting to that track 8 or 16, and it's like, how many more of these we got?
Right.
And then you look, and it's like, all right, I've already heard Shirt, I've already heard Good Days, I've already heard I Hate You.
Yeah.
So like some of those singles are towards the tail end.
Right.
But overall, like I said, I really thought
Not
I
a bad
enjoyed it. Comparatively, we'll talk to Boogie, but like there was some standout tracks that I was like, yo, this, like I haven't heard this before, or haven't heard this before, and I really like this. Like, yo, she really getting off on this track.
Yeah.
And then obviously moving to the Boogie, I just didn't really find anything that I was like. There was some tracks that I liked, but it wasn't nothing that like stood out. Which I think SZA had a couple tracks on there that I was like, yo, I will go back to this. This is a vibe.
Yeah. That smoking on my X Pack is crazy.
Yeah,
that's my shit. She went off.
Great song. Yeah.
Boogie.
With a hoodie. Yeah. I like this album. I thought that this was really quick. Chris said something. He said that he was waiting for a Texas artist to release Travis Scott. I'm just as excited for Don Toliver to release.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be hype. That's gonna be hot.
Don could almost be artist or like
Don's another one.
Especially if you're talking like 6 men of the year. Don for sure.
Yeah, Don. Yeah, Don come in with the Euro step.
Yeah. Definitely 6 men of the year.
Yeah. But anyway, with this being said, Don's on there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The great song. A Boogie. I actually get this like a 7 or 8 out of 10. This ain't a bad album to me.
Yeah.
I come from the cloth though that this is the first A Boogie album I listened to from start to finish, and it's release week. I have not listened to anything else. I've always had to go back and backtrack because I've never been like super excited.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
That's where I'm coming from.
I am actually a little disappointed with this Boogie album. I don't think it's a bad album. I just think, again,
it's not bad at all.
I think similar to This Is a Talk, where I feel like we got a abundance of very similar sounding music, which again is like a hard take to have, because it's like, why am I mad at an artist for making the music that sounds like them? I just felt like there's not a lot of versatility in there. And there was a few songs that I liked other than the singles. And I got to go back and spin it again too. Remind you, this is Friday. So it's only Tuesday. So we got time. But I might come back and say next week, this was the hottest shit I ever heard in my life. But as of right now, I just felt like I got a lot of the same songs over and over. And it just kind of messed with my listening.
You already dropped the deluxe too, by the way.
And Vezo
dropped the deluxe? Or it comes out?
It said it came out December 12th.
Who did?
A Boogie.
Oh.
That's Monday? It came out on Monday?
So there's a new track with P&B Rock on there.
That's it?
Needed that. Yeah, so it's one extra track. According to,
You just threw that shit on the fucking regular one.
So Me Versus Myself is 22 songs, hour 8 minutes. Deluxe, 23 songs, hour 12 minutes. But yeah, maybe it just needed to be cleared or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The deluxe.
But I also just don't understand why, because you can just add a song on there and like.
Kanye does it all the time.
Like
yeah.
You don't got to say it's a deluxe or like that it's an extended edition. You can just log in and doop.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
yeah. Polo G dropped this week as well.
Oh, word.
Polo G.
Yep. YG and Lil Wayne, Miss My Dogs. Y'all heard that one?
I didn't listen to it, but I did see the snippet for it. Didn't listen to it though.
Vezo, I swear.
Vezo drops.
Didn't
hear that.
Black Soprano Family. And Benny the Butcher dropped a track. We Here.
Okay.
As well. Nice solid track that I listened to.
Lucky Days Deluxe came out this week as well.
Blast and Larry June dropped a track.
I listened to that. That was a good one.
Listen to that.
Yeah. That was a good one.
But yeah, I mean, we got some good albums. Like I said, there.
Lil Pump dropped too. She knew.
Who?
Lil Pump.
Like Joe Budden, like Pump It Up.
Lil Pump. Like,
Oh, what up?
you're such a fucking hoe.
I was wondering what song you was gonna reference when you said like. I'm like, this nigga remember a Pump song. I was waiting to see. That's funny.
Oh,
Man,
man.
God,
Yeah.
a Pump, man.
Yeah, man.
Do y'all think we got any other albums this year? Or
R. Kelly.
I mean,
You're such a fun.
is there anyone else dropping this year?
I admit it. R. Kelly.
Have we heard any news about any of our favorite artists dropping? Or
I haven't heard anything.
any-
I think it would be cool for somebody to drop though, but I haven't heard anything.
It's almost getting to that point in the year. Like
It's over.
What-
maybe next week might be the last week that you potentially
You
could
drop?
drop something.
What if
'Cause
somebody dropped from jail? Hear me out here, guys. Lucius Lyon did
It's
it
gonna-
first. Sitting here reminiscing.
No, you saying Robert Williams? It's
Robert Kelly.
not he Lucius. Oh my God. How was the song though?
It was he had like it was a whole album, dog. Like he had like 11 songs on there.
Be honest with her. Any bops?
No, I can't speak on that. But I listened to one of them songs and I was like, he was like, it was called I Admit It, but he was like admitting to his wrong, like who he was as a person. It wasn't like what you thought he was admitting to.
Yeah.
Like he's admitting that he burnt his toast this morning. He admit
Right.
that he did not use his blinker. Like,
Yeah.
It was not what you
It was
thought
just
it was.
not the admitting that everyone hoped for.
How the f-
Interesting.
like I just don't get it. This a whole talk track, but I'm a sans that. Because y'all didn't listen to the album. I thought we was all with music in the bottle. I thought we listened to all the music that came
Well,
out.
like I said, I mean, I saw it dropped, and then I saw it wasn't on stream or it got pulled. So
Yeah.
I didn't even take the extra 2 seconds to look at it. Yeah. Shout out to Brittney Griner. She back in the States.
Hey. Hey.
Shout out. In all seriousness,
Yeah.
shout out to Brittney
Shout out
Griner.
to
Prayers
Big
for her
Brit.
family. Hopefully, she's able to get back into the States and get well. Get back to her regular life.
Facts.
Now let's talk about the trade.
Free Big Brit. Free Big Brit.
She free.
Yeah.
She free. So is a merchant of death.
Yeah.
We let go of a.
So now, I
superstar.
mean, we will. I did do a little bit more research on the merchant of death concept because I was into it. I would.
What did you have to research after hearing that name? Just like
So first things first, the Merchant of Death, he got that name from it was like, was it Britain? I'm pretty sure it was British newspapers. They coined him the Merchant of Death. This wasn't like this international name he had. It was just they wrote a paper and they called him the Merchant of Death in the paper. And when it came out, everyone's like, "Oh, the Merchant of Death." His name was not the Merchant of Death, but conceptually, he is wanted by more than just us. There's other countries who do want him. So even with his freedom from our rule and our swap,
yeah.
that nigga's still like a war criminal in like 8 different countries.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, he ain't gonna be traveling too much
you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. It's like,
because he ain't got no freaking fly.
you know, not at all.
Yeah.
That nigga, he don't have a bronze. He couldn't get the Delta bronze. He couldn't get the silver, gold.
because you know them miles run out
Yeah,
every
yeah,
year.
they do. You got to re-up every year.
Yeah.
He been in jail for about, 12? You know, so, yeah.
Trade me for Brittney Griner and my miles.
And my miles. Give me my miles back. Nah, but to even hear his story was nuts. Man's owned like 60 planes, and the reason he was so important to different war crimes and war acts and civil wars was because due to his arsenal of planes, he would literally arm them joints up. He used Cold War machinery, so like Russian Cold War stockpiles of guns and all that shit. Load that shit up in the plane and drop that bitch wherever because he had the planes to do it. So he didn't have to coordinate this shit with nobody else. He had pilots, he had planes. So it was like, nigga, we can have X amount of thousands of guns in this exact location in the next 24 hours. Niggas is paying for that. They needed it. Now, what I will say is the fact that he does have, he is a criminal of war in so many different countries.
Yeah.
I do think that Russia will have to, they're going to have to figure something out with him. They're either going to have to lock him up at home or.
He's an asset. I mean, the only thing he
Yeah.
does, there's one thing he doesn't do, though. Nigga can't get a double-double. That makes sense.
That's I just know man's ain't going nowhere. It ain't like we
Can't
let
touch
this
the
nigga out.
basketball.
We ain't let this nigga out and he about to just run free and about to just go arm up more civil wars. You know what I'm saying?
So
It's
what you
not
think?
that type of
He just
story.
don't own them 60 planes no more?
I don't think he owns those 60. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't think he owns the 60 planes anymore.
It's a wrap, man.
So did anybody? So I didn't do my research, but I know there was talks about we letting Brittney Griner out, but there's like
That Marine.
the Marine. Did he actually get out, or is he still?
The Marine is still there. But however, this Marine had got dishonorably discharged from the Marine Corps 15 years ago for larceny charges. That's the reason he's over there.
Okay.
He like wrote he wrote like illegal checks using military, like he was in military finances. So bro wasn't a Marine. He's not the Marine. Nigga. It's really, bro, it's all propaganda, bro.
Okay.
This nigga's not like
I'm still trying to figure out these sliders. still trying to figure out the sliders here. So tell me one more time. We was going. What's that movie with what's his name? Catch Me If You Can. Yeah. We were going to trade Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brittney Griner for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, is that what we was doing?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Man.
All in all, it wasn't a bad trade in real life. Niggas just do it.
No, I honestly, joking. It's a podcast. But
Yeah. Just for everyone who needs to be informed, just do your research, man. That Marine is not even a Marine anymore at all.
Okay.
He's you know what I'm saying? Dishonorable discharge. This wasn't like, man fought for us over there and they captured him and he been sitting in the no. The nigga did illegal shit over there and illegal shit over here and they just got him. Okay? That's what the fuck it is.
I mean, at least trade for the guy that couldn't get caught. You know what I mean?
Hey man. Nah, look,
Man.
man.
Crazy.
Shout out BG, man. I hope she can adjust to life back home well. Do whatever healing she needs to do.
So when is her
Get
first
out there
game?
and dunk on these hoes.
When is that? That's what I want to know. No, and I'm asking this honestly. When is her first game?
I don't know, bro.
I think she gonna play.
I think she's playing next season.
Yeah.
Nigga, she need a. First of all, we will talk about how undervalued WNBA players are. They need that check.
Talk about it.
They need that check.
Yes.
She got to work. Why are you smiling? Why can't I see your dimples? What are you smiling for? What are you doing?
I'm not. No.
Oh shit!
No, it's just.
What's the problem, man?
I mean,
Are they undervalued?
how
No,
much?
they're
No,
not.
no. How much?
Where does
is
that start though? Like,
Undervalued?
yeah, like because there are people in the NBA. Obviously, there's big supporters of the league.
Yeah.
So where does that value rise? Like, because there are players, you know, some of our favorite players that are showing up at games. Or
Yeah.
granted, I don't know if they're buying tickets or like if they're donating to the league itself, but they're showing up at games. They're making games a little bit more fun to watch because LeBron's there, CP3's there, or whatever.
Which is crazy.
How do you
You
like?
about to see your favorite player sit in some seats on court side.
Yeah.
I get it. No, I think the biggest thing what makes me say that is actually it was a recent interview and I forgot which WNBA player this was. But she sat on an interview and she said
Was it Kelsey Plum?
it might have been. Why you say it like that? Little horny boy. Anyway.
Kelsey Plum for the Las Vegas Aces.
Maybe.
Point guard.
You know what number she is?
She was the WNBA All-Star Game MVP.
Okay. All right. So you know some different stats.
How much she get paid?
Yeah. So the big thing I seen in that interview, and I wish I remember this player's name, but she said we don't want to get paid the same amount as NBA players.
It was Kelsey Plum, yeah.
It was definitely that one day. She said we don't want to get paid the same amount because we know that's different.
I know.
It's not that. She said we want to get the same percentage that they get. The percentage that NBA players get of the money made, we get a fraction of that.
Okay.
We want the same percentage.
Yeah, because she was talking about jersey sales too.
She was talking about
like,
everything.
Yeah.
She was like, we don't get the same percentage.
Okay. That's
And I
fair.
said that makes
That's
sense.
fair. It should be across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as like the women's soccer team.
Warning. Numbers are still going to be a bit lower, but
Oh,
yes.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But in that case, it may be a bit higher for what they're getting right now.
Warning.
Hey, man, all I'm saying is I agree. Equality across the board, all right? Percentage-wise, okay? I'm not talking the budget. I'm talking about percentage-wise.
I thought we gave equality.
Yeah, did we?
Yeah, merchant of debt trade.
That's yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's the equality.
No, but it has been kind of wild. Like, I know the college team played in like that conference center, and I think y'all probably saw that too.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Like, I don't know, like it's just stuff like that, or even like March Madness. Like obviously the men's team or like the men's league or the tournament is a little bit more valued.
Yeah,
and then you go to the women's March Madness, and they're just the same thing. Like it is just it is weird, but like I said, I just don't know where it starts or how it starts to.
How do you change that narrative?
I don't know how we change it.
Yeah.
Yet. Because it's going to get changed. I just don't know how to change it yet.
Well, I'll say, I think Brittney Griner is a big cornerstone of the WNBA. She's been one of the top players consistently. So it's good to have her back. And I know that she's going to bring a bit of fuel and fire to the league again. You know?
100%.
She's a championship. She's won multiple championships, I believe.
So.
Yeah.
Big Brit.
Big Brit.
Even with that championship, she still had to go to Russia to play in A-League to make some bread.
She been nice since Baylor, bro.
Yeah.
I remember her coming out of high school, dog.
She be dunking and shit.
Yeah, she was dunking in high school.
Yeah. She had to cut her dreads off, though.
I know.
She said it was too cold.
Said they were freezing.
Shit was kind of wild.
How's the wines, gentlemen?
The Lubanzi Chenin Blanc 2021. Fire. I liked it a lot. It was very clean, crisp, simple. This was definitely a summertime wine. I'm just drinking it in the winter. But makes me miss the summer actually a lot. But very crisp, like I said, clean. For Chenin Blanc, I'll probably give it like an A5. It's really good.
Love it. Love it.
And shout out to being a B Corp. That's lit.
Yeah, I actually had their red. I think you might have had the red on the pod too, but I know I bought a bottle and did some content with it like a couple summers ago.
Okay.
And like, I'm a big fan when people can respond to you that work for wine brands or that like.
Oh, they reposted?
They like commented back or they shared it on their story.
That's dope.
But I'm like, thank you. Like,
yeah. How hard is that?
Like, I took the time to like make this post, including your wine in my like post. So all you got to do is just.
Give me a shout out.
Hit the comment button or like or share.
Show some love.
Show some love. So shout out to Lubanzi. I'm glad you. I haven't had the Chenin though, so
it is good. And they vegan, so when Mark's man decide he want to take a little sippy sip.
Ain't all Hawaiian vegan.
Not all. I also got some Chenin Blanc as well. So I got the Jardin in Fleurs, which really means garden in flowers to the French pronunciation and American words. But Vouvray is an appellation coming out of the Loire Valley. Vouvray is typically gonna be Chenin Blanc, usually 100% Chenin Blanc. Chenin Blanc is one of those grapes that can be. I don't know if yours is more dry. Is yours more dry?
Yeah.
This one has a little bit of residual sugar, so I would call this one more off dry. So it is made, or like after the grapes were picked, they did leave some sugar like during that fermentation process. This one is a little bit more sweeter. Not that I'm mad at it. Like I love like a true traditional sweet. Like I said, when I talk about sweet wines and I don't like them, it's because I almost know that there may be some artificial sweeteners or back sweetening going on.
You threw sativa in there, huh?
So this one, I believe that it's just like
definitely says sativa. Hey, but they thought that good credit there, huh?
It's that Grand Valley for you.
Right, good.
So this one is more traditional off dry with some natural residual sugar, but definitely some like white flower notes, some minerality, citrus notes. Got some nice acidity, still like very like tart on the palate. But very good. I would honestly go 8.4. Again, I paid $12 for this bottle at Bridge Street Market. So shout out to the Bridge Street Market for coming through.
Solid.
But yeah.
Field recordings. They're Cab Franc. Local knowledge, traditional techniques out of Pasa. 8.1. I was able to really sit with one glass on this one. And it was great. I'm actually going to take this to the crib, and tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this. It's a fantastic wine. Fantastic wine. Yeah, big shout out to Field Recordings, and thank you for this experience. Shout out to Chris as well for joining the
So my guy,
podcast.
Chris.
The hip hop song. Shout out to SZA for releasing a 7.8 out of 10 this week. Shout out to A Boogie for a 7.2 out of 10 this week. Shout out to Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, E40. It's Too Short. Unranked. How could you ever? Hall of Fame. Mount Westmore.
Mount West.
That shit nasty.
Yeah.
That's the nastiest group name I ever heard.
And again, bro, they on all 20 tracks.
Everyone. Yeah.
I mean, is it like sometimes niggas just doing a chorus, or is it like everybody got a verse?
Shit, from what I heard, everybody had a verse.
Jesus Christ.
For sure.
That's not even like normal song structure. It's
I mean,
usually
it's
like 3 verses
It's
max.
like us with the pod. We on every single pod. You know what I mean? That's basically what they doing.
It's not true. Some of us take breaks. Some people gotta go. We ran a whole 20 episodes about Jay was out picking grapes and shit. What are you talking about? We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We got fluidity.
I just don't want to disrespect the greats, you know.
Look, I ain't disrespecting them. You just gotta relax.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hobby. Stop trying to make music so
Well,
much.
Too Short may blow the whistle, so.
You right? Man, Ice Cube need to go make some movies. Y'all gotta sell asses down.
And he did throw in that, what's my favorite word on there.
No, he
too.
didn't, bro. I feel like I heard that reference 10 times in the last 2 years. I'm so sick of Blow the Whistle.
And E40 and Snoop Dogg both made one, so.
No. No, they didn't.
Got him.
19 Crimes made why. And
Snoop Dogg is a brand ambassador.
you know what I'm saying?
Nah, Snoop Dogg was picking grapes, for sure.
Yeah. E40 made Jungle Juice, nigga. That's what you talking about. That shit is crazy. Dog.
Episode 120.
Episode 120.
All right,
we
we
out
outta
of
here.
here.